Well, Declan Rice to Arsenal deal stalls. It's not that it's off, but he's gonna hate to stall. If I don't know what stall means, it's in stalemate, and loads of Arsenal people negotiating this deal have lost their minds, and they feel like West Ham are really trying to play what we call hardball to sell Declan Rice to them. Yet they know that they have to sell the player this summer. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? And where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment, and share. You can also call me RD. And let's go eyes, because it looks like it's the right time to bring you maybe the third story of the day. We are talking Fabio Vieira. Looks like he's having a knock that might not see him playing to the under 21, that is the Euros, where even Emily Smith is going to play. So Arsenal might be having a variety of players representing their several nations. And lastly, we'll talk about Balogun and Matt Turner, plus a certain player that was playing for Birmingham, that Arsenal loaned to Birmingham, playing for the American national team, who won the CONCACAF Nations League yesterday, and Balogun was on target. So let's start it off like this, but before we start it off, I would love to see you guys subscribing to this channel, so as we hit 15,000 subscribers. That's it. So let's start it off with a story coming in from Fabrizio Romano concerning the deal of Declan Rice. Now, we've been told that there has been no further development on the Declan Rice deal over the weekend. Man City have asked to be informed on the situation on Friday, but still no breakthrough this week. This week will be crucial for sure. That is what Fabrizio is going to let us know. That over the weekend, by the way, I expected a very huge update concerning Declan Rice to Arsenal, but I'm still stunned till now that nothing has gone ahead to develop, because I really understand that Arsenal want to rectify their previous mistake on Mukalo Modric. That's it, a very huge mistake that they spent close to a month bidding, and when Chelsea came in through, they swept in exactly. It was like Arsenal was doing what we call the negotiation job for Chelsea, and they knew exactly what Shakhtar Donetsk wanted, and they came in front of it a sweeping. So Arsenal don't want to do the same things, but I don't know why they are really going through this situation. I've happened to understand that it's really tricky. It's really tricky, and it might be because the board of Arsenal doesn't want to really pay the amount of money that West Ham is really wanting to pay. Because when you look at the likes of Man City, if they're doing the Declan Rice deal, they wouldn't even make a second bid. No way. They would have held negotiations at least for long, such that by the time they put a bid on the table, they just get the player. Look at how they've gone ahead to sign their players. I never saw them putting in a second bid for Calvin Phillips. No. Second bid for Erling Haaland. No. Second bid for who? Julian Alves. No. They just go all out and splash the cash. So I think this is something that Arsenal should do. Let them get out of that shell of really trying to not spend exactly what Declan Rice is being valued at. You know, they went into this deal knowing that Declan Rice is costly. That's it. And if at all they never knew how much they're going to pay, they wouldn't have gone ahead to go into this deal, because they've been working on this deal for the last 5 months. How do you work on a deal for the last 5 months and it takes you close to 3 weeks making bids? Remember, we are told that Arsenal are preparing the first bid of Declan Rice on the after the 7th of June, when Declan Rice won the UEFA Conference League. That's it. But Arsenal, it took them how many days? Sunday was 18th, Saturday was 16th. It took them more 9 days, all 8 days, to make the first bid. Can you imagine? For a team that has been really chasing or making groundwork on this deal for 5 months, how do you start doing this stuff? And this is where I also come in and I go in and obviously tell Arsenal fans were really annoyed about Arsenal on how they really conduct their business. I understand Edu is good, and I tell they've gone ahead to do a very good work, but If it was a deal that Arsenal has just come in through to hijack, I would have said, all right, it's okay. But for a deal they've been chasing for the last 5 months, they must be knowing exactly what West Ham is wanting. What West Ham is wanting is a very clear paying plan. That's it. If Arsenal are willing to pay £100 million, let Arsenal front £90 million plus £10 million of add-ons. That is it. But West Ham wants between 100 and 120. So I think that's what Arsenal is really negotiating about. And there is a very clear source coming in from Arsenal. This man breaks the news at Arsenal, especially in the dressing room and so on and so forth. But he has come out and really dropped a very huge story about the Declan Rice situation. That is team news antiques. You know, he's so much close to Arsenal. And he's telling us that Arsenal are getting annoyed at the way West Ham are dealing with it. To be honest, people at West Ham are getting annoyed with the way senior figures at West Ham are dealing with it. The fact is very little. The fact is very little has changed. So it shows you that West Ham are playing hardball. David Sylvian looks like he wants to really come out and obviously tell Arsenal, you don't have the money to take the player. But if at all I'm West Ham, it's better you come out like how Borussia Dortmund did on which guy? Jude Bellingham. They came out and said, if you don't have 130 million euros, that counts to 116 million pounds. You are not going to get this player. I think that's the best way to go. Come out, tell them exactly what you want. Tell them exactly what you want, and obviously they'll come in through and get out of your way. That's it. So I really understand that it's really a hard game to play in transfers, but I think however much Arsenal is annoyed, but you cannot get annoyed at me when I'm the one who is having something that you want to sell, sorry, that you want to buy. Arsenal wants Declan Rice, and West Ham have to behave the way they want because they know that it's a once in a lifetime opportunity to sell a player at £100 million from West Ham. When you look around that entire West Ham team, no player is really worth that amount of money. Unless otherwise, Benrahma has a very wonderful season. You know, if he has a very wonderful season, scores like 20 Premier League goals, and obviously does the needful. For forwards, it's easy. Even for Gerard Bowen, if I told you he once has a very wonderful season and teams go up for him, he can hit £100 million. But it's wide off the mark. It's wide off the mark. And I'm really understanding how hard it's really getting into this transfer. And that's why Fabrice has told you that nothing has taken place over the weekend and no breakthrough between Arsenal and Declan Rice. Unless otherwise, we get the news that is positive, but that's what is coming in from the camp of West Ham and Arsenal as far as the Declan Rice deal is concerned. And it looks like we need a little bit of patience and see how Arsenal is going to react onto this deal. Then let's go and do some Fabio Vieira. We've been told by Mest Football that Fabio Vieira out of the UEFA under 21 Euros due to a medical condition, that after evaluation and follow-up by the health and performance unit, it was decided not to risk the player. Player was monitored, but did not make expected recovery on time, all in time. And then they told us, again, another update came in later, like 6-7 hours later, that as per information on Omnio, the Portuguese Football Federation reported that the player is injured, and Jogo reported that the player was only doing work in the gym and not fit enough to play the tournament. And you ask yourself, when did Fabio Vieira lose his fitness? Because he accomplished the season of Arsenal when he was not injured. He even played part into the last game of the season. And what's really wrong with him? And this is where we come to the injury proneness of Fabio Vieira. When they signed him, after doing the medical and being unveiled, a photo was really put out on social media when he was really having what we call a protective boot in his left leg. So After that, he recovered and he was there for some time. Then he got injured, and I think he has gotten like 3 times injured at Arsenal. But I think the injuries have not been serious, though they just relay him back or drail him back. But you understand where it comes in from, that even the player might not be wanting to play this tournament because he knows he wants to go out and fight for his position in that Arsenal pre-season tournament, because he really believes that he can go ahead and obviously take on the likes of Odegaard and really fight for his spot into that team of Arsenal. And he has to be so much serious because he's just 21 years of age. Odegaard is 24. So 3 age difference, meaning that he has to work out his ass a lot. If at all he doesn't, he might not find himself playing for Arsenal, as in teams like Arsenal, you are not given a lot of time. 2 seasons are enough. That's it. 2 seasons are enough for him. If at all he doesn't fire all cylinders or show promising sign this season, trust me, he'll be off. He'll be off, either to be loaned or to be sold. That's it. Because we look at the players that Mikel Arteta is targeting now, they are nowhere near the levels of Fabio Vieira. He's going in for proven players, especially in the league. Here, the likes of Declan Rice, João Cancelo, Ika Gundogan, you know, such stories, such players, Kai Havertz. Those are the players that Arteta is really wanting, and that's why he has taken caution on his injury, that is Fabio Vieira, and he doesn't want to force himself to see to it that he goes ahead and really play in the under-21 Euros. And one will ask me, but why is Emile Smith-Rowe playing into the tournament? For Emile Smith-Rowe, it's because he was not fit throughout the season, and he needs that tournament to get him back to his levels that we all know, because we've known him as a very good and talented player that has gone ahead to be good. And that's the difference between him and Fabio Vieira. For Fabio Vieira, he needs to prove himself at Arsenal, you know, because he has never proven himself at Arsenal, apart from the flashes of performances he's gone ahead to really give us. But for Emile Smith-Rowe, he has done it before. For the previous 2 seasons, apart from last season, he really did the best. Season of 2019, season of 2020, 2021, 2022, he was really one of the best players of Arsenal, and that's why he was given shirt number 10. But Fabio Vieira needs to prove himself at Arsenal and obviously get himself running. So let's wait and see how that pans out, and we'll let you know what they've gone ahead to decide onto that. Now, I would like to congratulate the Arsenal trio of Matt Turner. There is it Thompson, who they loaned to Birmingham, and Ferran Balogun, who have gone ahead to lift the trophy of the UEFA. It's not the UEFA, it's the CONCACAF Nations League. Balogun scored his first goal for USA in his second game. The first game was against Mexico in the finale, so in the semi-final, the game ended 3-0. He was not on target. This time around, they went ahead to really win that trophy, and I think they beat Canada, right? If I'm not mistaken, they beat Canada in the final, and they obviously went ahead to really score some good number of goals. So that's what we had for you. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're already watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David remains my name, but your thoughts on Declan Rice to Arsenal deal stalling are welcome in the comment section below. Tell us what your thoughts are about Fabio Vieira and obviously Balogun scoring his first goal for the USA national team, and Matana lifting the golden glove, being named as the best goalkeeper of the tournament. Ciao, ciao. See you later.